Hey everyone, Shawn here with Matt, and this is great. Now that I have Matt over here and we got a machine, I've got a fantastic video for, the mid to better handicap. And all too often I see way too much strain, especially, you're on the range and you're hitting the ball, you're pummeling it, right?
Yeah.
And you're getting into a nice rhythm. And invariably, after you've smoked 3 or 4 in a row, you start to strain. That's our nature. We want to push it. Mm-hmm. And then you don't realize how much you're redlining the engine and how much strain that you're putting in.
Yeah.
And many tour players, including the late, great Payne Stewart, was a master at this. He used to hit his driver 150 with a full swing. Yeah. So to push your reset button for your timing, for your tempo, and you'll be just incredibly amazed at how far you're going to hit it by doing this. So the key here is gather maximum range of motion without strain in the backswing.
Yep.
Release into your target, nice full release, but you're going to try and hit that 6-iron 135.
Right.
Okay?
So it's a drill to reset all those things, as you're saying. You're on the range.
Exactly.
You're getting. Would you say this would be a good way to start your range session?
Exactly.
Okay.
So what I like to do is, when you're hitting pitch shots and things like that, or after, when you're hitting a bunch of 6-irons and you realize, wow, you're really hitting it far.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, what was my strain level there? And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm up to 8 out of 10 for strain, instead of being 3 out of 10 for strain. So this reset button is basically you're hitting 1 out of 10 for effort or strain, and about 5 in velocity.
Gotcha.
But you'll notice that when you make that huge range of motion and release into a huge finish, you're still engaging that kinetic chain. Mm-hmm. And you can't stop it. Once that kinetic chain engages, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you go, man, I haven't done anything, and I can't believe how far I just hit that shot.
Okay.
So 135 6-iron.
135.
Yeah.
And I want a full range of motion.
That's
back
it.
and through.
So picture your shot. You're going to hit draw, fade. What's your go-to?
I'm going to try to hit a small draw.
Small draw. Perfect. So 135, full backswing, full finish. All right. Now, did you hang on to that?
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So if you're cutting through, let's say you got that dandelion, right? You're going to still cut through that stem, so you still want to feel that you're accelerating into that finish.
Right, so I was probably decelerating.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So let's bring it up to, well, your 6-iron is typically what as far as your carry distance?
Like 195, 190.
Okay, so let's go 150 with the 6 then.
Okay.
Huge backswing, huge finish, no strain. There we go. So that looked like you had a nice little acceleration.
That released and felt good.
Beautiful. So there it is. You landed at 150, 165.
Yep.
So rhythm-wise, see, there's no pressure to hit at a certain distance.
It felt very, very relaxed.
Excellent. Let's try that again. Beautiful. So transition was nice and soft.
Yeah. It's landing
Again,
about 150, yeah.
That's it. You're carrying a 150. Let's do one more like that.
Okay.
Got green light. Good.
Thin,
Awesome.
but felt pretty much
So
the same
that
level.
looked like a nice acceleration through the ball.
Yeah.
And notice now, even though you hit that thin, we're starting to pick up on the distance without even trying.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So what you don't realize is that your regular distance is only about 10% away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, nice full backswing. Just add a little 10% through and to your target.
And are you kind of feeling that sort of, at the bottom of the swing, you feel a little bit of...
Your peak speed is basically out here.
Yeah.
So you'll feel through the ball you'll feel a little more compression.
Right. So I'm directing my speed less from here and more this way.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you're always swinging through in the direction you want to start the ball, which is a little left of your center line.
Okay.
Look at that. Now, how much more effort to use that?
Very little.
Very little.
It was more that I felt the speed from here forward. That was the difference.
Right. So notice we're 201,
Yeah.
and we just carried that 186. Nice strike in the center of the club face. The
Yeah.
timing and the tempo felt pretty good, right?
Oh, it felt great, yeah.
So from address through the backswing into the downswing, it's all the same.
Yeah.
And it's just a little more velocity, a little more
Yeah.
compression into your picture, right?
And that is what I felt. I felt that all of this here was very easy.
Yes.
I just felt a little
More juice there.
little juice forward, yeah.
Wasn't that incredible? Doesn't it look like he could do that all day? There it is. Reset button pushed. Look at that. Beautiful little draw. That'll land like on a blanket, Matt.
Yeah, those felt good.
185, 201. I mean, look at the consistency now, right?
Yeah.
So your strike is right in the center of the club face.
They both felt way better for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tend to miss, well, that's part of what I was going to say, is I tend to miss hit
Yes.
just in general. Most of my clubs I have an issue with miss hitting. I don't flush them as often as I probably
Right.
should.
So
So-
anytime you have an issue with direction or contact, your center's moving around.
Yeah.
So if you're straining, it feels like you're trying to hit it hard. You're actually ruining your timing.
Yeah.
And you're actually going against your kinetic chain.
Yeah.
So here's the chain's trying, your brain's trying to get the lead leg to clear and get you to the target, but you're pushing on that.
Right,
so it's
right.
so it's like you're canceling its effect.
Yeah.
So with that particular reset button, so for you the 6-iron is 150.
Yeah.
So huge backswing, huge finish. You still feel peak acceleration there, but 150 yards.
Yeah.
And then you just add 10% to that, and
And it's full distance, yeah.
then you're at full distance.
And the other thing I think that's eliminating is when I tend to hit my irons, well, any club poorly, I get that way.
Yes.
And we've talked about it before.
Yes.
And I didn't feel that at all the last two swings, because to me it felt more like here.
Exactly.
Versus I was always straining a little bit there. And
Exactly.
it's pushing me forward.
And you were trying to help it too hard too soon.
And you could see my ball flight change a lot, because those were kind of lower spin draws.
Yes.
Whereas I'm usually a little higher spin straight or a little fade.
Right.
Like even on a good shot.
So in other words, because you weren't pushing on it,
Yeah.
the club was able to release you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It felt completely different.
How
So-
about that? Big
yeah.
hand for Mr. Matt Bloy.
Oh,
Awesome.
some good tips. Do you want to try some with the? I wouldn't mind trying some with the driver. Similar idea. Do you recommend people do the same kind of thing? Hit.
Well, especially with the driver.
Okay. So what do we look for with the driver? Like 195, 200 yards.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna borrow your driver again.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So the driver for me especially is the one where I get a little pushy and erratic with
Yep.
it, especially on the golf course.
So if I were to tell you right now, if you're going to hit a little draw, would you be able to hit your driver 200 yards?
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, exactly. So in your sleep, right?
Yeah.
So nice. Same thing with the driver. Full backswing, full finish.
So 200 yards with the driver,
Yeah. Peak accelerations out here.
full range of motion.
Yes, that's the key. Range of motion is king. Beauty. All right.
A little fadey, but
Sounded solid.
yeah, it wasn't. I'm just gonna move the green back. Hold on.
Sure. 197. Nicely done. Get some tees for you here. So if you're hitting that draw, you're going to be staying to the left side of that
Yes.
intermediate point.
I definitely got a little cross on that one.
That's it. So you lost your focus on the downswing there.
Yeah.
All right, here, go ahead.
Cute. Okay. And that went about 200 yards, that last
Yep.
one? Okay. So I just got to feel less of.
Right, so stay left edge of that intermediate point.
That felt good.
There you go. That started a hair left of the center line.
Yeah. That felt nice.
Fantastic. So 240, and you basically carried it, 206. Fantastic. And look at
Yeah.
your spin axis, 0.3.
Yeah. It felt very. Well, I will say it. The release of that felt more natural. I didn't
Yeah.
feel the need to.
Well, that's the thing, because
Square it.
when you stay to the left edge of that intermediate point, you're anchoring your release.
Right.
Whereas when you default to the ball, you get ahead of it, and now it's like you got to hang on for dear life.
And even just the timing difference, I think the difference between me pushing here
Yes.
versus, I wouldn't say I'm pushing from here, but I'm feeling speed here.
Exactly.
There's a big difference in terms
So
of how the
it
club is.
allows you to stay with your shot when you're not straining, right?
Yeah. Let's try that one more time.
Okay.
I don't think I could swing much slower than that.
Well, exactly. If you swing slower, then you're canceling that kinetic change.
Yeah,
You want to
I
feel
think it
that.
would be unnatural for me to go slower than that.
Exactly. Beautiful.
A little push, but it felt okay.
Yeah, that was a good
I
pass
just
through the ball.
Hung on to it a little bit, but okay. So now, if I were to,
That's
that wasn't bad.
260. We'll take it.
Yeah. So if I were to go back up to
Yeah. Just
my-
add 10%.
10%, so I'm going to feel the speed this way.
Exactly. So you're going to feel a little more compression, a little more emphatic release. All right.
Turned on me, but it's funny though. I mean, we did talk about this last time.
Yes.
I've been fighting lefts.
Yes, exactly.
As I work on this type of thing, I think I'm going to kind of just naturally get rid of the need to compensate for it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
the timing of it is going to be the factor more so than trying to flip it over or something like that. Okay, 10% more.
Wow. Look at the acceleration there.
Yeah, that was just off the toe, but
Yeah, but the pass through the ball was excellent.
yeah, I'm feeling that I'm mostly just focusing on having no strain at all, but I'm feeling that I'm accelerating here forward.
Exactly.
And I mean, even that shot wasn't good, but if that's a toe hook, it's only 20 yards right. It's not. I'm used to seeing shots
Goodness.
that I have to re-tee on. As long as I'm not re-teeing, it's not too bad. That felt good. Yeah. It's a
solid.
very different pattern. I mean, to me, that I can obviously, my grip's probably a bit strong.
So now you're at 295.
Yeah, I'm not really swinging very hard.
And you're not swinging very hard, right?
So those shots,
You see how manageable that is?
very.
And what's really cool, and this is, in some of my best driving rounds, I start like that.
Yeah.
And I just let it evolve the way it wants to evolve.
Yeah.
But I'm constantly keeping my strain in
Strain
check.
level very low.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that would be a huge key for me because if I'm playing poorly,
Yeah.
if anything, I think to myself, oh, you're kind of babying it,
Right.
which can be the case. Like I'm hesitating, but it's more so that I'm just, I'm not focused in the right.
So what you could
vein.
do as a routine,
Yeah.
show me your practice swing where you go on huge backswing, huge finish, peak acceleration here, 200 yards.
200 yards. Yep.
Do that as a practice swing, and then just add 10%. Good.
That's my practice.
I even heard the whistle out here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, just to combine with that, I know I'm hitting these a little on the right side. Should I just adjust my
Yeah, you
top
just,
hand grip, or
nope,
am I?
you're just getting a little ahead of it.
Okay.
Just stay left of that intermediate point.
Okay.
Let it release to the left of that intermediate point.
Okay. So I'm going to take that practice swing. With
So
me.
at address, it should feel like you have access to release to the left side of that intermediate point.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, that felt good.
There you go.
Very different.
Now it started left side of the, and is drawing back right center.
Yeah.
And look at that, man. You're like now 3, 21, 22.
And I can tell you for sure, I'm swinging way, I don't know, easier.
That looks like, it looks like you could do that all day.
Like when we, what was,
Young whippersnapper.
what was the last time when we did the driver fitting with Ian,
Yep.
I think my ball speed was exactly the same, but I was, to be perfectly honest, like I was hitting it
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
hard.
170 ball speed.
Yeah, but I was hitting it hard last time. Now I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm hitting it hard. Very good. Okay.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, should add a lot of consistency with that, I think. It just
Oh.
feels a lot.
Tremendous. I mean, every time I work with a good player, the instant I reset their strain level that way, it's instant results.
Yeah, so
and it's really going to help you out.
Yeah, they got to be doing that on the range and on the golf course before every shot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
All the best.